think that this character represents maybe a lot of fathers out there who have found out that their sons were gay, or their daughters. He wasn't necessarily homophobic, but he was, like you said, tone deaf to a lot of things, and probably wasn't as tuned in as he should have been, and learns through the reveal that, you know what, it doesn't matter, I love you no matter what. And I think that there's something really powerful in that. I was, like Nick, I was the guy who tried to, you know, be as available to, or accepting, or friendly to everybody. I really did.
And you said?
I don't think I even rated a character in this movie. But I mean, I was happy. I didn't think about the fact that, because I was in West Virginia. I don't know. We just, either we didn't pay attention or I didn't pay attention to popular clicks or anything like that. You know, I played the saxophone and I danced every day after school and I babysat a lot. And, you know, it's okay.
Nick, thank you so much. You did such a good job with that role. I was just wondering if you had read the book and how much of Simon you feel is a part of you.
I have read the book. I read the script first, though. I was first introduced to this story through Greg, who had this script that he was kind of championing, and it was afterwards that I met Becky and I read the book. And I think that everyone, myself included, can relate to Simon and his sort of journey and just like trying to find yourself and come to terms with yourself in a way that feels comfortable to not just you, but all the people around you as well. And I feel that Simon, his journey for a lot of it is it's about him sort of tamping himself down, which I think people can relate to. Is like, you know, what kind of person are you when you're constantly trying to please other people and like tamp down your own personality? And I think that that's kind of something that, you know, the film deals with really beautifully, and it's something that I can totally relate to with Simon as well. Just being in that position of trying to keep all these balls in the air and, you know, just, you know, get through it. So yeah, I think, does that answer your question? I think it does.
Young people. Now you two are playing the parents and not the protagonist in this.
Thanks for reminding us.
Very young parents.
We had them when we were, what, 8?
Well, it's good. You did a good job, as I said. It's nice that you were able to cobble things together as 8-year-old parents. You don't see that. If we were looking at this film and saying, that's Jen Garner in high school.
Oh, man. I'll let you guys handle that one.
I feel like high school, I don't think anyone in high school is actually like kind of the best version of themselves, but I felt like I was kind of the guy who could go from group to group and kind of get along, you know, just get by. I don't know if I'd like classify any particular, you know, clique that I fell into, but just, you know, just average guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much.
You were auditioning for or working in?
Well, for me, it was many things. Greg Berlanti is one of my favorite people in the world. I did a movie with him several years ago called Life as We Know It, and we've remained friends ever since. I felt it had this, and especially after seeing it, it had like this John Hughes sort of coming of age sort of feel to it, which I loved, and I loved them. After seeing it, I loved the music in the movie.
That's so important, right? In a movie, if you're trying to reach a younger audience, the joie de vivre, the music, the just overall energy of it, and Greg really understands that. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing the parents or whether you're playing the protagonist. It's still, you still have to kind of bring that energy into a movie like this. It was fun to do.
No, it's true though. I mean,
you were the jock.
Well, I did play sports,
right?
But like Nick,
kind of a thug.
But like Nick, I had friends. I had friends with Metallica jackets who smoked cigarettes out back too. You know, I was.
So you got along with both sets of bullies in your high school.
Between Emily and her son is just like a template for how moms could handle a moment like this. And selfishly, I really wanted to be the one to say it. And I was talking to a friend of mine as I was trying to decide, do I try to do this? Is this movie going to work? And he said, you know, this movie would have been really helpful for me when I was growing up. This would have been a big deal for me. And I just said, okay, I'm in, I'm doing it. You got it.
That's a good way to look at it.
That is correct.
The main
Only because they were artsy.
is that Metallica jacket.
Yeah.
My main takeaway was that these guys are professionals and that they show up every day. That's about it. No, I'm just kidding. It was like, it really was like the perfect casting, I think, because it was the coolest parents you know, and that's these two. And it was like they really understood what Simon was going through, and it showed too, like, even when you have the best possible upbringing, best possible scenario, like this journey that Simon goes on of coming out is still difficult. It's still hard, even when you have the best case scenario. So I thought that it was a great.
People who are struggling to come out, what would you tell them?
I think exactly like you said, take your power back, and I mean it's different for everyone, I think, but it's just be bold, be strong and loud, and be happy with what you know. Be confident in what you're trying to say, and yeah, just, you know, dance some to Whitney Houston. I don't know.
All right.